So, rivalry, boy, the St. John, even I'm getting worked out. I can't wait for this game, you know. You know that the older fans, the visions of the whole Ewing and Mullen, and we documented this earlier, the current state of the rivalry, what does it mean to you, and what do you think it means to the fan base right now?
Well, I think it's inherent. Certain rivalries are that it's special. There's significance to it. And clearly, if you look back from a historical perspective, so many great games, compelling matchups, personalities in terms of players as well as coaches with Big John Thompson and Lou Carnesecca and the sweater.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt our players, even in the new millennium, have an appreciation for what this matchup means. And then when you add the significance of late game matchups in the season, and the NCAA tournament implications and jockeying for Big East tournament seeding. All these things come into play, and we'll have a great crowd. Tickets are a hot commodity. The Garden will be rocking.
Oh, it's going to be on fire, no doubt. So, with that in mind, you heard the coach's assessment. You have your own, of course. The rivalry that is Georgetown and St. John's. Our feature story. Kick back and enjoy right now. For decades, the St. John's-Georgetown rivalry has been at the heart of the Big East and the college basketball landscape. The sweater game at the Garden to St. John's heading to D.C. in '85 and leaving #1 in the country, the series has produced no shortage of iconic moments. St. John's leads the all-time series 54-48 as the teams will meet for the 103rd time this Saturday at MSG. From Louis, Mullen, Big John, Ewing, and Lab to Harrison, JT3, and DSR, the cast of the characters has changed, but the intensity and the bad blood, as one of college hoops' best rivalries, has remained the same.
We don't like them, they don't like us. It's a great rivalry that we look forward to.
Yeah, that's one team that I do not care so much about.
Georgetown is my least favorite team in the Big East. I got a friend on the team, and when we play them, I dislike him too. I want to say I hate Georgetown. I do.
I hate losing to them.
The history is great. You know, that was one of the games I actually look forward to playing, just for the simple fact of the rivalry.
When it's almost personal when it's Georgetown, and we don't know them. So that's as clear as I can put it. And like, you know, I'm sure they don't like us. I don't play now, and I still don't like it.
Unbelievable rivalry. It's always a big deal. You always want to beat them. They always want to beat us.
The rivalry is always going to be there, and I think we know it. That's going to be there, and I feel like we're ready to play them ever since we beat them at the Garden.
When they had Patrick Union, when the Big East was Syracuse and Georgetown, it's been a rivalry ever since, and I think it's pretty good for us, and that it's good that we're still together in the same conference and we still get to compete against each other.
I don't even know how it became between us, but like for some reason when I stepped on the court with them, it was an automatic, this is the game to be. I don't like these people right now for some reason, and it just always come out.
That goes back, you know, past, you know, my generation.
I don't care if it's Pat and Bill Winnington or Mark Jackson and Chris Mullen. I don't care if it's me and Felipe and Allen Iverson, and it's not going anywhere. This is tradition.
And of course, I remember John coming out and trying to duplicate it. And I didn't mind him trying to upstage me. But what was the worst part? He beat me that night. Now, that really hurt. He could have kept the sweater. I tell you what, I think it's nice to keep it, you know, because it's part of the game. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's a fun thing. And people like to relate with it. And it's one of those things that gets associated with sports.
When we play them, they bring their fans, and it's like, wow, they go bring their fans to our joint and try to outdo us. And so it's always been like that. And I think they'll continue to be like that. We knew the history of Georgetown, but we didn't know the real. But when they came out there and smacked us in the mouth, we like, whoa.
Our first year winning was last year. It was great to blow them out by more than 20 on our court at MSG. We want to keep that going.
They have an unbelievable, you know, facility, you know, the school spirit. But you know, we're at a whole nother level now, and you know, it's gonna be tough for teams to beat us, all teams, and Georgetown.
The rivalry doesn't change, just the players in the game.